Hi guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So we are continuing with our grind up the Greek cavalry territory with Alexander. So if you remember in the last episode we got started, we had a couple of games with these guys. I was just trying them out. It was my first time playing them, so I was sort of learning them a little bit, and we were sort of looking at what we were going to do, and I was explaining how this sort of series is going to work. So in between the last episode I've had sort of another 5 or 6 games, maybe 7. And basically I've got the spear, the helmet, and the sort of body armour, even though it's still linen, so not really body armour. But we've still got to grind through to the next unit, the tier 4, so we're going to have another 2 games today. And this is sort of roughly how it's going to work, you know, this series. I'm not going to film absolutely every battle, because otherwise, you know, it will be 500 videos before we make it to tier 10, so... yeah, we're just gonna do every sort of 5 or 6 battles. We'll do another one of these episodes, see how we're getting on with this tech tree, and sort of continue this grind together. And before we get started, one thing I did notice, which some people may miss, and I certainly didn't know about, is when you start off with this spear, you look fine and you think, oh, I could upgrade to this, but it only gives 14 melee weapon damage. Is it really worth it? But it's not. Look how short this is compared to the upgraded one. So it makes a massive difference to how the reach of your cavalry charge and when you impact the enemy units, particularly when facing off against like hoplites and stuff. So something that's not pointed out in the weapon upgrade tech tree. So it's just something I noticed. It just makes kind of a big difference. Kind of cool. But without further ado, let's press straight into a game and see how we get on. So we are loading into the Battle of the Capitoline Hill. One thing I didn't mention earlier, but just before I started this battle, was I have actually been really enjoying these guys. I thought that from sort of facing off against them that the Greek cavalry is going to be quite weak, because they have no sort of combat ability, but the charge really makes up for it, and these have actually been great. I don't know if it's just going to be the tier 3, I don't know if this is going to continue down the whole tech tree, but so far, big fan of the Greeks. And Alexander, I really like Anvil, makes a big difference, particularly if you get retreating cavalry units like some of the barbarian units, when they get outnumbered, try and run away, and then you can just Anvil them and they just can't run, because it just reduces their movement speed by 80%. It's pretty awesome. Plus it silences them, so it stops them from using commander abilities and that sort of thing. So, very big fan of the Greeks so far. Hopefully we'll demonstrate that by having a good game this time, but no guarantees. So it looks like the only infantry unit we've got on this flank is pulling back already to go up to the hill. So being left with only some tier 3 barbarian cavalry doesn't lead me to want to stay on this flank really. So I'm just going to immediately pull back. There's no point fighting off you know, heavy infantry units and stuff on my own. So we'll move around to see what else we can find. Let's perhaps just head over onto this flank. I'd love to be able to engage some of these barbarian cavalry over there. We've got quite a few units down here who I'm not quite sure what they're doing, just sort of sat there. Looks like we've got some friendly artillery on our team, sat at the back here. Although they're rather undefended, so they're kind of vulnerable if they're not careful. We've got some enemy Theban cavalry that was sort of looking around here, and we've got some tier 3 Romans and some javelins over there as well. So let's push up. Not quite sure where these cavalry think they're going. They're not going to get around there very effectively. So a little bit, be careful of those javelins. They're the only thing that are really a threat to me at the moment. I'd certainly like to charge these Greeks though, if possible. But there's no point chasing them around the map, I don't think, really. So we'll pull down here, just for now. What have we got up here? Some Romans. We've got quite a lot of friendly infantry here. I'm surprised they don't push up. Particularly we've got more moving around the bottom. It'd be better off to engage these Romans sooner, I think, to be honest. Okay, so we've got lots of Theban cavalry pushing along this bottom road here. Awful lot of enemy cavalry down here, look. I can't quite make a straight line. So, what are these guys going to do? I'll certainly have some of these raiders if they're going to take it. Sort of a bit of a net draw, really. See if we can try and pin one of them down as they try and run. The risk is getting rear flanked by that Theban cavalry, but they seem to just actually be pushing through and ignoring us. That barbarian cavalry is charging the infantry rather than me, which is probably a bit of an error on their part. Let's pull back and regroup. I'm conscious I'm sort of blobbing again. I'm trying to stop blobbing with my cavalry, but it's hard. It just does not come naturally. What are these guys doing? They're sort of caught up in a fight with the other Theban cavalry. Let's just rear flank these guys in. Now we've got our chargers recharged. Charge! Try and get some flanking damage on these guys. We've got friendly infantry pushing in. These guys are in trouble now, and they're trying to push straight through me, which is not being beneficial to them because they're not even fighting back as they push through. It's an error on their part. They're just being absolutely decimated. Boom. Look at that damage you're racking up. That is lovely. Oh, big artillery hit. Okay, we need to think about trying to deal with that enemy artillery then next. There's a couple of units of this Theban cavalry trying to pull out to the north. But they are routed and destroyed. So let's pull back. Try and get out of range of this artillery. What have we got left to deal with in terms of enemy cavalry? We've got some of the raiders down here, which seem to persist on trying to fight us. Or we're going to have a look at this enemy artillery. Some more Theban cavalry up there as well, which is still intact and fighting. I'm surprised these guys want to fight me, but I will. Obviously, easily win that charge. Greek cavalry will almost always win head-on charges like that, so that's kind of an easy one for us. So let's just try and cut down these barbarian cavalry while we still can. We outnumber them sufficiently that it shouldn't be a problem. Although artillery like that is not going to help the situation. Should try and continue to do some damage on them. I'm not actually doing that much damage, although they're going to rout there. I wish this artillery would sod off. Come on, just die. Quickly, please. Oof. Okay, thankfully they missed. They're literally, that round bounced over those hoplites. Yeah, these raiders are proving a little bit difficult to kill. Oof. Okay, looks like the artillery is targeting someone else now, and these guys are going to rout. Which is great. Okay, cool, let's get moving. How's this battle looking? Pretty neck and neck, slightly going against us so far, so let's keep moving. Got to try and find this artillery is what I'd like to do now, I think. We're largely decimated, but the charge on the Greeks is powerful enough that it can still do a lot of damage to people. So the enemy artillery is up here. But quite a bit of infantry support, really, which is going to make life difficult. Those raiders did quite a good job to get up there, but with the stakes spotted and dotted everywhere as well. I don't know why they didn't counter-charge me, but we are going to get the Romans turning up now. This is going to be a bit of a problem for us. We're anviled now, so we're silenced. I should maybe have activated anvil on them. Would have been probably a good move. Let's try and get out of here, see if we can escape by using anvil to get out. Try and slow them down sufficiently. I don't know who the anvil actually activated on because we only had 2 of our units activated because one of them was routing. So let's try and get out of here. We shouldn't be any slower than these Greek cavalry, so should in theory be able to get away. It kind of looks like they're catching us in a sense. Are we going to turn on them? We could turn on them. No, they're going to turn away from us. Okay. So this battle's still winnable. It's just going to be tough. I'm not quite sure what to think at the moment. We've got to watch out for the artillery. We're really close to that as well. We're going to get some shots on us. What to do with only a handful of remaining cavalry? Let's just try and be a nuisance, really. Some of our infantry look to be engaging the enemy in their base. We've got quite limited visibility now because we've got wavering on both sides, which means we've lost a lot of visibility. Okay, so we got the good charge off. Is that not an Alexander? Oh, it's a Cyrene cavalry. That is quite a strange choice. Let's try and rout this guy if we can. There we go. Let's get moving before the artillery hits us again. Let's just have a quick look. I don't know if they've got stakes this side. Yes, they have. I don't really want to be contending against that sort of thing. So we'll keep moving. What have we got to contend off again? Quite a few Romans kicking around here, and they are pulling back from the warbands because they obviously are aware of us loitering behind with cavalry. It's obviously quite a good move on their part. But it kind of mean they're abandoning their base, which is being captured. So if we're going to lure these guys away, I mean, at least there's no harm going in this direction. Our friendly warband are engaging the enemy infantry over there. If they're going to leave that gap, I'll go for that gap. Don't go over there. They miss their charge. Let's have a look where these enemy Roman Iceni are. I don't know if we're going to do that much damage there. Is it going to be enough to rout them? Probably not, and we've probably got ourselves into a fight we don't necessarily want to be in. Let's try and get out of there. Most of our units survived that, actually, to be honest. And we did a reasonable amount of damage. I can't easily get up here. Oh, I can go around here, though. Having said that, no, don't do that, you fool. At least it wasn't Alexander. And we've not got our charge back either, which is of course another problem. So I can't actually charge into these guys, I can only fight them, which probably isn't all that useful, because there's actually quite a lot of these guys and they've all got they're all actually sword armed units, so they can actually probably do quite a bit of damage to us if we're not careful. And we're back if I did do damage against them, and we are stopping them firing, I suppose, which is kind of useful. But we're actually going to get cut down if we're not careful. We've lost a unit already. Let's try. I wonder if I can get back with that routing and then turn around. Oh no, I've activated my charge too early. Oh no, that was terrible. What did I do that for? I activated my charge before I'd fully turned, and so that meant as soon as obviously you activate charge, you go straight. And I hadn't hit the turn probably, and I activated it, and I went straight into my own stakes. That was not ideal. So we'll just hang on and see how this battle turns out. Some of our barbarian infantry have got through onto the catapults, but they're now going to get rear flanked by these Romans. We did quite a lot of aggression damage, but just not enough, unfortunately, to tip the battle in our favour. And I think we are imminently about to lose. Though it's a pretty close one. If we hadn't have screwed that one up and got a really nice charge into their artillery, it could have made quite a bit of difference. The barbarians making use of their Vercingetorix's flaming torch ability. Scorched Earth, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's something that we can expect some videos on soon. Just saving up for experience for Vercingetorix as we speak, and then we'll be starting to have a look down the barbarian infantry line, and also one day I'd quite like to get Boudica and have a go at War Dogs, because that's another unit tree that I've not tried at all at the moment. So we'll just wait for this battle to finish, and then we can hop into our second battle with Alexander. Disappointed that I threw that charge away. That was so silly. I just didn't want to get the engaged in combat modifier again, which meant I wouldn't have been able to use the charge. So we've got our friendly infantry pushing up the hill. I don't know why this guy doesn't just turn around and engage them. There we go, they're getting stuck into each other now. We have about 5 barbarian cavalry units on our team remaining. And that is about the lot. To be honest, the enemy hadn't actually got that many in terms of units, though. Largely these artillery and these Romans here. But these Romans here are going to win this engagement, so it's not really a problem. And these barbarians are now stuck into Romans as well. Although they're going to do quite a lot of damage to this artillery crew as it tries to rout through the enemy. So the Caesar himself is getting stuck into the fighting. They're quite ruthlessly effective. And they did quite a good job actually, considering. Actually balanced it up quite well. Hopefully our barbarian cavalry is just going on some epic long sort of run around the map. Just fight them. Don't run into the stakes though. Well, they got a final charge off before they should all rout now. Oh, why? Just die, please. God. So now we've got to wait for this one moron to... what's the point? Why won't you die? Well, we've only got 2 minutes. And then it'll be over. Yeah, this is... I don't know why people would do that. That's just kind of trying to annoy people for the sake of it, I guess. It's a bit silly. So while we're waiting, we might as well talk about the channel and stuff. Twitch has gone quite well. I did a stream on Friday last week, and that went quite well. We got sort of 8-9 viewers at times, which I was really pleased about, and gained quite a number of followers, which was good. So the Twitch is going quite well. Look at this guy. He's literally going to hide right at the corner of the map and wait out the timer. You'd think he'd rather just get stuck into the next game. It's a strange thing to do. Yeah, so that went quite well. I was quite pleased with that. The YouTube channel is going really quite well. We're up to like 289 subscribers, I think, as of filming this. But this won't be coming out for a few more days yet. So hopefully, by the time this one comes out, we'll be over 300, which will be amazing. The amount of growth, we're getting like almost 10 subscribers a day on average, which is just staggering. So really pleased about that. I mean, obviously you guys are giving me so much extra support, which is great. Whenever you watch these videos, if you can give them a like and things like that, that really helps, because when they get likes, it boosts the search ranking, so more people can find the video and then they can find the channel, and we can hopefully continue to grow. We're still waiting for this twat to... oh dear. And he's using, yeah, so as I said, he's using Leonidas to control his cavalry, which is certainly a bit of a strange move. Okay, so we've got 20 seconds left, not too long, then we can hop straight into another game. I may actually end up cutting this bit out of the edit because we've sat here for like 2 minutes. Feel free to skip to the next battle. There's not going to be a lot to do after this battle. We'll just hop straight into the next one. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Well, that was a pointlessly long battle. So, let's see how we get on. Points wise, I think we're going to hit tier 4 with Alexander before we actually get the unit experience required to unlock him. So I think we did okay that battle ourselves. It's just we didn't do enough to carry the rest of the team, so we ended up losing. Still 5-1 to go, so let's just hop straight into another battle and see how we get on there. So we're loading into the Battle of Marathon. Second battle of this episode. We'll see how we get on. Obviously we lost the first one, so hopefully we can actually win this one and get a few more experience to get us towards the tier 4. I think it's the Citizen Cavalry at tier 4, so I kind of want to get onto them. I'm just going to spawn in the centre, push forward, see what we can see, a little bit of scouting to start with, and then we'll sort of pull back, make some decisions about what we're going to face. Quite a lot of archers on our team, so there could be quite a bit of ranged on the enemy team as well. Good watch out for that. Not many cavalry though, by the looks of it. So we'll just move up straight away, see what we can see. Not seeing anything yet. Anything? Ah, some enemy thieving cavalry. Just keep going. We'll pull that there. Conscious of any enemy artillery. There doesn't seem to be anything I'd expect it to perhaps throwing some shots at me now, although it could still be setting up. So there's some enemy swordsmen, some tier 4s, tier 3s, more enemy swordsmen, some hoplites. So quite a lot of enemy infantry in the centre. I'd like to engage those other Greek cavalry if we can. Oh, there's the enemy artillery. Oof! Wow, we got away very luckily with that. Scattered between us, right. Keep formation. Turn! Oh, we didn't get away with it that time. I'm just trying to sort of swerve out of range so that we sort of stop getting focused and then we can go back in. So, what have we got? We've not got any artillery on our team. It's a little bit of a disadvantage. What have we got? No one seems to really be engaging anywhere at the moment. There's quite a few archers in the forest over here though, so maybe this seems like a good opportunity. Just turn around and head over this way for now. Quite a few infantry heading into the forest there as well. There's quite a lot of enemy archers sort of loitering around on the flanks. So let's just see if we can maybe go up the side. Yeah, let's see if we can maybe push up here. See if we can get to some of these Greek archers. Although the problem is they're going to see us coming quite early on, which is going to make it all a bit harder. These guys are routing, and they have got hoplites with them as well, so we're not completely safe. I'm tempted to move through the forest as well, and we've got friendly raiders going for them. So no, we'll go up the riverbank. Obviously, a lot quicker when we're out of the forest because we get, I think, 35% movement speed. Yeah, 35% movement speed debuff in the forest. It's quite significant, really. So come on, let's get going up this outside flank. Not quite sure why they engaged the hoplites over the archers. We're obviously now taking archer fire ourselves. A lot of archer fire, actually. Thankfully, they're being chased off by the enemy hoplites. We're going to have to go for these guys, I think. Activate the charge. Get a nice side charge. A lot of damage there. These guys are going to rout. Let's activate... wrong button. Pin them down with G, just so we can try and get this routing unit. And our allies are getting a lot of damage on them. Plus our charge is waiting to recharge, so there's no point using it quite yet. They're taking quite a lot of archer fire, though. So we've got to watch out for that. It'd be nice if we could destroy this one Theban unit, which we have done. Okay, Romans are coming in. Time to get out. Come on, guys. Out we get. Out the forest, out the forest, out the forest. 6 seconds till our thing recharges. So let's just get out of there for a second. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh, that did not go according to plan at all. Wow, that couldn't have gone any worse, really. You go there. You guys engage around here. No, you. What are you doing? Go that way. Jesus. I wish the UI interface had sort of some slightly clearer indications of to what units represent which. So like I could click 1 and know which unit it corresponds to, because it has 1 to 3 on the actual unit cards. I think this unit's probably just dead, to be honest. It's taking so much archer fire. But you can't actually see on the actual which units in the field correspond to which, because they don't have any numbers on this. If I press 2, oh, it's that one, but I have no idea it's going to be that one, so it makes it really hard to sort of determine. Okay, let's see if we can find some of these archers again now we've actually got a charge back. We're going to have to go for these bloody raiders though, aren't we? These archers are becoming a real pest. I can't get to them. It's impossible. I don't think I've played this very well at all. Obviously we're now being absolutely pelted by arrows from the enemy archers. I guess they're killing their raiders as much though, so that's the only consolation. And there we go. And that, unfortunately, is our game. It did not go very well there at all. We did a bit of damage, but not really a lot. We never got to any of these archers because enemy cavalry kept turning up. I guess a few of our archers are still in quite good health. They're threatening the enemy archers. You shouldn't be focusing on the camp. Focus on these archers here. Oh dear. It looks like we might actually win the battle. It could tip in our favour. I'm debating whether we should follow this one through to the end or just quit. Well, we'll wait. We'll see it through. If you're not interested, then there's not really a lot else to show. Once we've seen this battle, we'll just be moving on to the end and finishing off the video, because we'll just do 2 of these per video. So I think after this one, I'll just finish off a couple of games without recording. And from there, we will get onto the tier 4s, the Citizen Cavalry, and we can start to have a look at them. We'll probably have a video of them when they're completely stock. To see sort of how they play out, and then we'll probably do one of them as we're sort of halfway through the unit research. We've got some of the sort of better spears, better helmets, better body armor, that sort of thing, and then we'll probably have one at the end when we've got it fully researched, and as we're pushing towards the tier 5. I don't know what the tier 5 unit is there actually. So these guys are just trying to get sights on the enemy archers, which they managed to do there. Look. So those phalanx have actually caught up with those archers. That's cool. Our archers having a bit of a hard time against some of the enemy cavalry over here. It's still a pretty close battle. We could end up losing this if we're not careful. And we've got infantry in on the enemy artillery, so you'd think we'd stand a good chance of being able to beat them. Although somehow this artillery is still firing, although the crew is now sort of 10 metres away from it and being driven further back. Is it still going to fire? No, I don't think so anymore. I think it's had its fire. So yeah, so that guy's going to get defeated. What else have we got in the game? Nothing else much going on over there. These cavalry are a pain for everyone, I think. These archers are obviously going to get slaughtered by them, I would have thought. A lot of our Romans there. And the enemy's obviously still got a fair few archers kicking around because you can see all the fire coming in on these poor old phalanxes, but because they're so diminished now, they don't have any view range, so they can't actually spot the enemy archers. Are they going to get to see them? Is he going to get visibility? Oh! There they are, but our archers are too far back to do anything. Get a few shots on those Ionian archers on the edge of the forest. But that, unfortunately, is about it. God, they're turning into some very long games, these ones. None of them seem to be going down very quickly at all. I'm running out of things to talk about, and I can talk pretty well normally. Come on, just kill them. As I say, I don't feel compelled to watch to the end. I won't cut it short because someone will want to watch right to the very end, and then if I do, then they'll feel cheated by not being able to see the end of the battle, which is fair enough. But there's more enemy archers. They could end up winning this, just the sheer weight of archers. We don't actually have any cavalry left. If our archers throw their lives away like they are doing now, then that's going to be it. Oh, I don't know if I can actually watch this. This is going to be so depressing. We've got some javelins, but I just don't think it's going to help. Come on, please do a good job. Okay, they're getting some javelins in. Good, 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 good. Got the casualties in the process, but yeah, good. At least they're not clumped together like these guys. Go on, fire! There we go. It's sort of a bit blocked by this smoke screen. Okay, it seems that all is not completely lost, thankfully. These enemy archers are being cut down pretty effectively now. Then we've got a couple of archers hiding up on the cliff up there. And they've got their cavalry units as well. But there you go. Thankfully, there go the enemy archers. I think the best bet for them would be to cap now. Try and get our little team of... Oh, they've got a full unit of archers still up there. Jeez. There's so many archers in this game. Unbelievable. This guy's trying to move in, but the cavalry's already done their damage. A bit too slow there. The cavalry's done quite a good job. These raiders have played their game very well. See, look, they've got 3,500 aggression damage. And quite a lot there. They've still got quite a few units left as well. These archers are in quite a strong position up here. Unless these guys come into range and start to try to shoot down at them. Or shoot up at them even. Because even though the Sinai are in Testudo, I think they're much lower tier units still, and they've not got that much missile block chance sorted out yet, so they're still taking quite a lot of casualties. There's no point in them trying to push round. Although, how they get down there, and how these guys not run away. Oh, well done. Well done, Mr. Him. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. They're going to try and run away there, which is obviously a good move on their part. Oh, the javelins being ruthlessly effective against these enemy cavalry. And that, I think, is it for the enemy raiders. 3,500 aggression damage. Not a bad game for them, but not enough to win it, unfortunately. Go on. Yeah, cut them down. Yeah, there we go. Those couple of archers managed to escape, but it looks like we're going to get the base capture. So thank God it'll all be over soon. This was certainly not quite how I envisaged this episode panning out. This has probably turned into my longest video, probably, on the channel. It's certainly going to be a long one. I don't know how long we're up to, but it's going to be probably 30-40 minutes, I would have thought, by the time we get to the end of this. Some more arrow firing. Arminius is still alive, I can see him. But thankfully this game is won. I would have thought even if they charge these javelins will do enough damage to kill them before they actually get onto them now. Poor guy's just being shot in the back by the archers. Come on, it's almost over. Thank God. Yes. Wow, what a long game that was. But at least we won one. Thank God. I didn't think we were going to. So, let's just see what we've got experience-wise. And have a quick look at the battle results. Oh, we dealt the most damage, apparently. So we're nearly at tier 4 with Alexander now, which is great. We've got 1127 experience, which isn't too bad. Most of a bit from team, 22 from aggression. So a bit of a mixed bag there. Still make a profit. That's one thing I've noticed, that we get far more silver than can possibly ever use. Units are quite cheap. I've got almost 1 million silver already, so I'm never ever going to have a problem with running out on there. So always be running consumables on all of your units, because you might as well. So I'll just play another couple of games off camera and get these up to the Citizen Cavalry at tier 4. So it's these guys, and then we can have a look at these and see how we get on and start researching down these various tech trees. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Sorry that some of those battles were a bit long and I died a little in the middle of the battle, so we just had to sit around for quite a bit. But hopefully you skipped through those bits if you didn't want to. So thanks for watching. Please give the video a like. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I shall see you all on the next episode for tier 4.